Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into a really fascinating 30-day case study that tackles probably the biggest debate in digital marketing right now. What actually happens when you hand over the reins completely to AI? We're going to break down the methodology, look at the hard data, and figure out what this all means for you. Picture this for a second. What if AI literally replaced your entire marketing team? Imagine waking up tomorrow, logging into your business dashboard, and realizing that every single marketing task is being handled by a machine. No human writers, no human designers, just algorithms humming along. Sounds like science fiction, right? Or, maybe a bit of a nightmare. But that provocative what if is exactly what sparked our source's 30-day experiment. They wanted to see if this is actually possible right now. Okay, here's our game plan for today. We'll look at AI versus the marketing team, the 30-day AI experiment itself, the surprising results, whether AI actually makes mistakes, the role of human creativity, and wrap up with the real lesson here. Let's get right into it. Part 1. AI versus the marketing team. Before we can even talk about the impact of AI, we got to look at the traditional setup. And the source material points out a harsh reality for modern businesses. Running a proper, full-scale marketing operation today is just incredibly expensive. Think about all the different hats required to run a digital presence. You need a content writer, a graphic designer, a social media manager, a video editor, an SEO expert, an email specialist. Even if you're running a super lean team, the monthly overhead for all these traditional roles just skyrockets instantly. And because of those massive costs, businesses are really paying attention to this one specific narrative. You've heard it, I've heard it. AI will eat everyone's jobs. It's literally everywhere, right? But the creator of our source material was kind of done with all the fear-mongering and the guessing games. They didn't want to rely on assumptions anymore. They wanted the cold, hard facts. And that drive to actually test the myth is what kickstarted this whole project. Which brings us to part 2, the 30-day AI experiment. No more theories, just a practical, real-world challenge. For 30 uninterrupted days, the creator committed to relying almost entirely on AI tools for their marketing tasks. We're talking every single blog post, every social media graphic, every video script, the whole shebang pushed through an artificial intelligence pipeline for a full month, just to see if the machine would break or if it would actually thrive. So how did they actually pull this off? Well, they systematically mapped every human role to an AI counterpart. Instead of hiring a human content writer, ChatGPT drafted the blocks. AI design tools completely replaced the graphic designer for thumbnails. The video ideas, the scripts, the captions, and even the really highly technical SEO keyword research handed completely over to the machine. They basically swapped every human function with a software equivalent. And the immediate impact? Absolutely staggering efficiency. Deep focus tasks that used to take a human 2 to 3 hours of intense work were suddenly getting pumped out in 10 to 15 minutes. To put that into perspective, that's like turning half your workday into a quick coffee break. The leap in speed was phenomenal, and the source notes that, in those early days of the challenge, this massive speed gain felt incredibly disruptive. All right, part 3, the surprising results of the experiment. When the dust finally settled after 30 days, the wins were honestly undeniable. First off, an exponential surge in the sheer volume of content. They were pumping out way more material than they ever could have done manually. Second, a massive drop in financial costs, since AI was handling all those pricey freelancer tasks in-house. And third, flawless 24/7 consistency. Because, well, algorithms don't sleep, they don't get tired, and they definitely don't ask for vacation time. But wait, part 4? Does AI make mistakes? If you were tempted to go out and fire your whole team, hold your horses. Here is the reality check. AI makes frequent, glaring errors. Sometimes the text sounded like this soulless robotic encyclopedia, and other times it would just totally hallucinate facts, but it would say them with the unearned confidence of a politician. You absolutely could not just click a button and walk away. Constant human verification and fact-checking weren't just a nice-to-have, they were 100% mandatory. It really exposed a core problem: robotic efficiency versus human emotion. Sure, an AI can spit out a perfectly structured, grammatically flawless blog post, but it couldn't make the reader actually feel anything. It totally lacked that deep, resonant spark of human connection that actually drives brand loyalty and makes marketing successful. Moving to part 5, the importance of human creativity. Because of those limitations, certain pillars of marketing remain completely fenced off from AI. We're talking about the deep stuff:
understanding complex emotional nuances, crafting a genuinely compelling narrative, building real community connection, and formulating the big picture strategy. AI executes the tactics brilliantly for sure, but a human brain has to dictate the what and the why. At the end of the day, your creativity is absolutely your greatest, most irreplaceable asset.
And finally, part 6, the real lesson and future. After a full month of testing all of this, the creator delivered a verdict that completely busts the myth we started with. And the quote is, AI is your assistant, not your replacement. It is not here to eat your job. It's here to eradicate your busy work, save you literally hours of drafting, and boost your overall efficiency. But make no mistake, the steering wheel is still firmly in human hands. So the ultimate takeaway here? Master AI to advance your future. The professionals who are going to dominate the next decade are the ones who learn to collaborate with these tools. Don't fear the machine, manage it. If you integrate AI as your superpowered assistant, you'll completely outpace anyone who's still clinging to the slow, traditional way of doing things. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. Based on all the evidence from this experiment, do you believe AI will ever truly replace marketing teams entirely in the future? Or will that human element always be the vital missing link? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep adapting out there, and I'll catch you next time.